Hello students, myself Dr. Shelke Pratima, Ahmednagar Jilla Maratha Vidyaprasarak Samajas, New Arts, Commerce and Science College, Ahmednagar. Unemployment in India. This is your 7th chapter as per your 11th standard syllabus. Unemployment. This is the most important part as per the Indian economy. In this video, we just discussed that the introduction and the meaning of unemployment. So basically, we know the Indian economy is a developing economy, means we follow the throughout the concept of development. This is the unlimited process. It's a continuous process. So the unemployment is one of the major problem of India. Day by day, it is increasing. Every people want to a real job in his life, but some person is getting their satisfying jobs. In today time, most of companies do not want to spend more time money for the retaining of the freshers. So it is the main reason which decrease the development of country. But we know the problem of unemployment is considered to be the biggest challenge to the development of India. It is the main reason which decrease the development of the country. When the all men and women get their job, then no any problem will be India. But the India has the largest population in the world after China. But the main thing is like the each and every people is not the employed. So the basic reason is like that the literacy, and the second thing is like the overpopulation. So the unemployment leads to a waste of human resources. So the long term, the unemployment results in the mass of poverty and the slow economic development. We know the young people face the problem of unemployment. So young people are a major human resource. There is an the imbalance between the employment opportunities and the increase in population. We know the what is the basic the concept of the unemployment. So we have to discuss that the meaning of unemployment. Basically, this is the imbalance between the population and the unemployment. So there is an imbalance between the employment opportunities and the increase in population. Overpopulation has created the unemployment problem. So it is the increased unemployment. So generally, unemployed people are involved in the unproductive work. They always the join to the antisocial activities like the gambling and the indulge in the antisocial and the anti-national activities like the robbery, then gambling, then the anti-terrorist. So these are the antisocial activities. So maximum unemployed peoples are involved these the unproductive work. So let's we discussed the meaning of the unemployment or the definition of unemployment. Anyone who is not gainfully employed in any productive activity is said to be unemployed. I have discussed that one more important definition. I have shared that definition in your screen. The unemployment is a situation in which people in the age group of 15 to 59 years are able and willing to work at the prevailing wage rate but unable to get a job. That is called as the unemployment. In this the definition, we already considered that the age group like the 15 to 59 years. Why we have considered that the 15 to 59 age year that group? Because we know that group is a working group, that group is a efficient group, so that's why we considered, and the planning commission will also discuss that age group. So we know that if a person the works for the 4 hours or more during a day, he or she is considered as the employed. We know the what is the meaning of the employed person. When a person who is actively searching for the employment and unable to find work, it is called unemployment. That is the definition of unemployment. But what is the definition of employed person? See, we have discussed that the next point related to the unemployment. We know the meaning of unemployment, the anyone who is not gainfully employed in any productive activity is said to be unemployed. In economics, unemployment is studied with the respect of some points. Naturally, anyone who is not gainfully employed in any productive activity, it is said to be unemployed. That is the definition. But which point is most important for the unemployment? Which point will the support for that the employed people or we considered the employment? The first point is like the nature. Then second point is like the working age group. Then we discuss the third point is like the demand for and supply of labor. And the last point is the prevailing wage rate. See, the working nature, otherwise the situation, otherwise the nature of work. The next is the working age group. The which age group we have considered. If the age group is like the 15 to 59 years, so that group is the sufficient. Then next is the demand for and the supply of labor. Then last is the prevailing wage rate. Means these 4 points will decided that the employment. Otherwise, if it is not sufficient, if it is not supportable, so that time maximum time people are unemployed. So the rate of economic growth is not fast enough to the generate the adequate job to the absorb the expanding labor force. When a person who is actively searching for the employment and unable to find work, it is called the unemployment. But the unemployment is a situation in which people in the age group the 15 to 59, so he is able and willing to work at the prevailing wage rate but unable to get a job, that is called as the unemployment. These four things will decided the situation. These four things will it is supportable, it is acceptable, so that is called as the employed. But if it is not supportable, means the person is able but he cannot get any job, that is called as the unemployment. So lots of types are there, but in this video we have discussed the important point like the meaning of employment and the introductory part. So the according to the National Sample Survey Organization, means like the short form is the NSSO, will explain that the important part like the unemployment. What is the situation? So for a person to be the considered employed, it is the essential that the person should be engaged in work for a minimum number of hours per week. That is the important. Which person we have considered he is employed? He joined for the minimum hours work. So in India, a person is considered unemployed if he works for less than 14 hours per week. So 14 hours, see now, less than 14 hours per week. We never considered that the per day, we considered that the per week. So that time he is unemployed. Then the second part is like a person who work for the 15 to 28 hours a week are considered as unemployed. Means that working hours is limited. So that's why he is unemployed. Then we discussed the third point is like the person working for 8 hours per day. See, in this the part we discussed that the 8 hours per day, that is the 273 days of the year, is considered employed on a standard basis. See, the National Sample Survey Organization will declare that who is employed and who is unemployed. He is classified that. They are classified. The person who is less than 14 hours per week, means that is not sufficient for the employment. Then the person who works the 15 to 28 hours a week are considered as unemployed. And the person who is working for 8 hours per day, he is join 8 hours, he spent our work 8 hours, that is the 273 days of the year. In the how many days in per year? It is the 365 days. On that the 365 days, near about the 273 days, if he is a employee, he is a joined for work, he is spending our the working, so the working hours, so that is called as the employed. That is the standard basis. So this is the meaning of the unemployment. So in this video we already discussed that what is the meaning of the unemployment. This is measure is more opportunities to those in search of regular employment. This is educated and skilled person who may not accept the casual work. This is also referred to as the open unemployment. See, the different criterias are there. So that's why we have discussed that the unemployment means the person who is able, whose age is sufficient, but he cannot get any job, that is called as the unemployment. Okay. So I think in this video we have discussed the meaning of unemployment. Okay. I think you have to better understood that the meaning of unemployment. In the next video we have discussed the types of unemployment and the part related to the unemployment. Okay, the types of unemployment and also the rural unemployment and urban unemployment. Okay, so goodbye everybody.